Hey, what is up guys, it's KepSquad Y2K here, back with another video. First off, I'd like to apologize for not uploading frequently as I would like to. Been very busy with, other things going on like school and such. But I'm back and I would like to upload a little more frequently in the future. And this video, I wanted to discuss what my opinions are on how Chapter 2 has gone, as we are still early in the season. I think I might do maybe a 2 or 3 part. Here I'll discuss, how the season's going in the early set, and then maybe midway through, and then maybe I'll do another one, after when the season comes to a close. So I just wanted to talk about, how I believe the season to this point is going. The first major change for the season is the map, obviously, and, I think the map is very well done. Really like that the addition of, swimming and water to the map. I think it's very unique and fun. Now, I think people have gotten used to the lack of mobility that the game has right now. With it's only boats and swimming. I think that's a very skillful thing that Fortnite implemented. Because I feel like we're about 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in. People have gotten really used to the fact that there's no mobility. I still, still people want, a couple additions, and I do believe, the map is very well done. And what I really can't wait on is because we're gonna have this map for a very long time. I really am excited to see what the evolution of this map will be, because I think it has a lot of potential. As of right now, it's really good. I think one thing, because there's only I think 12 or 13 POIs. One thing that I face a lot is if I'm playing a duo or a squad game. I think by the last couple zones, if your teammate goes down, oftentimes, you might not get a reboot van in the final couple circles. So that's one thing, because there's such a lack of POIs. So I think maybe Epic should think about maybe adding reboot vans to other places other than named locations. But the other thing they could do is just, evolve the map to there's more POIs. But I think that's something they would do further down the line, and I don't think that's something that we're gonna see anytime. I don't think anytime this season. That's just a guess. The other thing that Epic did, this season was, change the loot pool way much more than I thought they would. They got rid of almost everything, and now it's just kind of a bare bones, pretty basic loot pool. But I do see that a lot of people really like that, and I've actually gotten used to it too. I think. Some of my favorite guns to use this season, the purple gold pistol, are so OP, bro. They're insane. And I'm seeing a lot of other people feel the same way. It's not, it's so much better than the cruddy suppressed pistol that we had, and the burst assault rifle is also really good. I mean, for somebody who plays a controller, I think the burst is probably better than some people that are on PC, but that's my opinion on the burst. I think it's really, really good, especially the purple and gold AUG is just ridiculous. I like that Epic finally realized how to balance the shotgun meta, and now the gray, green, and blue variants of the tactical shotgun are better than the gray, green, and blue variant of the pumps. But the purple and gold pump shotgun is still the best shotgun in Fortnite, and I think that's a good balance. You want the lower rarity tacs, but you still want the higher rarity pumps, which are harder to find, but you should always be grabbing those. And I think that's really a good balance that they found with shotguns, that they haven't had really ever. I think there's never really just been a fair balance between the shotguns, and I think Epic achieved that this season. I do see that a lot of players, and I myself have gotten used to the real bare bones loot pool that we have. But I really think that that's kind of because, we were kind of so overwhelmed with getting constant items and weapons added week by week. I think now this is kind of a good, cooldown period where we can just, use basic weapons. Because, it is a reset. Chapter 2 is basically, their idea of rebranding the game. And we're kind of, back to where we were in, Season 1, when we didn't have a very complicated loot pool. And I do think that will change as, time goes on. And I do want to see it change, because we enjoy it now, but as time goes on, you're gonna want Epic to put in some more content. I wouldn't want them to just add back the things that they removed and then advertise it as new. I don't know if they would do that. I don't know if I could. I mean, that might work, but I would like to see some, new stuff that we've never seen before. I'm fine with that stuff coming later in time. But I do like I believe like right now we're in a healthy spot. Everything is good, but like these are the changes that I think Epic needs to make for the future, and I think they will do, in the future. Some people say this is why the game sometimes suffers. I do believe that Epic, adding new content very often. By now they've probably, I mean, like maybe I'm wrong to believe this, but maybe they've learned, what to do and what not to do in regards to like, items and weapons. And I think we'll see much more balanced things being added, especially because of skill-based matchmaking and bots that have been added in, which is what I want to talk about next. Since we're about like 4 weeks in to the season, and I've gotten a lot of feedback from people that I play with about, how skill-based matchmaking and bots, how people have felt about those things being added in. And I really do see, like people are really enjoying the season because of skill-based matchmaking and bots. I've heard people say like they're happy that they finally get a chance to like not go against people who are insane, and I really think that they adjusted it to where like people who are higher skilled, it's not completely crazy. Like I've seen like prominent YouTubers and streamers that they're not facing insane players as often anymore. Prominent YouTubers and streamers that they're not facing insane players, as often anymore. They're getting the players that they should be getting in their games. They're not, really good players aren't getting complete bots. And players who just aren't as skilled aren't getting really, really insane players. And I think that's fair. A lot of people have told me that that's, they're really liking the season. When it comes to bots, so like, for somebody who plays with players of, very different skill levels, I consider myself, a pretty good player, but I'm not, great. I noticed that when I get into games with, players with a lower skill level, I'll see more bots. And, if I play with players that are all about the same greater skill level, I see, almost no bots. And personally, like, I don't actually mind bots being in the game. I wish I never saw them in my games because I really don't, get any satisfaction of killing AI. But I think, I really do think that the players who are less skilled, can, improve their statistics. I don't think that just beating up on bots and lower skill players, that I don't think it'll end up getting you better at the game. But they did, Epic did say that as you get better, and I assume that when they say get better, I assume as they mean by your statistics will improve, you'll get into better lobbies. I think that's what Epic means when they say, as you get better, the players you face off against in lobbies will get better. So I think that's what Epic means when they say that, you'll see less bots, you'll see more real players. And I think that they've really implemented skill-based matchmaking and bots to a way to to really help, casual players, who aren't as skilled as others. I think they've done a good job about that, It doesn't bother me if I see one bot in my game, but I've seen, I have not really seen many bots when I play solos. And depending on who I'm playing with in multiplayer games like, squads or duos, I don't really see that many bots either. But I have seen, there's been the off game where I've seen a bunch. But I think it actually has helped the longevity of the game, as a whole. The one thing I believe that this chapter needs is really thinking about bringing back siphon settings and his health and mats per kill back into the game. I believe that with skill-based matchmaking and bots in the game, everybody's kind of got really fair lobbies. And I really do think that would make the game so much more fun. Like the one thing I just don't enjoy about Fortnite is having to harvest forever. I swear the number one reason I die in my games is because I don't have enough mats, because I just don't harvest enough. And when I find the llama, it's a legit godsend, because I just do not like harvesting. So I think that's something that they could add that would really bring excitement. I think that's something that they should look to do. I do also think that, Epic should, bring back patch notes. I really do think Epic should keep that transparency, communicating patch notes and stuff like that. I think that's something that they should look to do as seasons go on. Continue adding new fun stuff, into the game that's balanced and, that we can all have fun using in-game. And as seasons go on, I really cannot wait. The map has so much potential to be really cool. I had this one theory, instead of adding some kind of central location, the map is a very rural kind of map, with some city, it'd be so cool if they added multiple cities, sort of like a Tilted Towers, but not just one singular place, but like a bunch of cities like laced around. And yeah, and I cannot wait to see how like what they do with this map. I think the battle pass has been awesome. Like everything about this season is really, really good. I think, you know, if they added a siphon mechanic back into the game, start communicating patch notes, and just, you know, bringing in some cool stuff, I think this season is off to, not only is off to a great start, but, you know, it could be a really, really good season and a next really good couple seasons. And they just need to do a couple more things to make it, you know, even better. With all that said, though, that's my opinion of how this season so far has been going. And like, look to the end of the season, I'll do another video on how I think the season, you know, turned out as a whole. And I will look to upload more consistently. You know, I do have a lot of stuff I have to do, you know, other than this. And but I will try to upload as much as I can. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.